Hey guys, Grumpy back here with my good friend Palfy, doing a Bronze 5 show match.
Yep, Bronze 5 show match. Very similar to Wood League Wonders, the videos on my channel.
That's true.
Yeah. So this match has some interesting lanes for you. The top lane, not anything special. We have a Garen versus Teemo. Now, Teemo is generally considered very strong against Garen, so we'll watch that.
That's true.
In the jungle, we have a Xin Zhao running Teleport instead of Flash. Flash, really useful on Xin Zhao for Flash ulting. Versus a Master Yi. Master Yi's running Ghost. Pretty good Master Summer spell on Master Yi. He's one of the interesting champions that can really take Ghost. In mid lane, we have a Veigar versus a Varus. Varus, one of those AD carries that we are seeing in the mid lane in pro play. Interesting here in Bronze 5. And in the bottom lane, we have Graves Soraka versus Lux Misfortune. Now, Lux, not the worst support champion in the world. Definitely not like an ideal support.
Yeah, but when you take Teleport Clarity,
you
might want to change that statement.
It's not obviously going to be amazing. Who knows? Actually, wow, she's shoving this lane.
Wow. Okay.
So, yep, she just eased the lane and then
Took E first. Doesn't want to get an early catch. Just says, you know what?
Guess they're trying to get early level 1. Soraka just checks the bush.
That was a. Did you see that visual bug? That was a little weird.
Yeah.
All right.
So wow, Graves.
Wow, that actually did a good amount of chunk damage on
Graves
the Graves.
is not tanky.
Yeah, well, because he hasn't been auto-attacking yet, because they shoved the lane.
Yeah, but he. I think it also is something with his runes. I have a feeling he doesn't have any armor in his runes.
Ooh, yeah.
24 armor.
That doesn't sound right.
Up in the top lane, what do we have going on? Teemo is just already kind of harassing Garen. The blind is really useful. It shuts down Garen's Q, I believe. I remember a long time ago, like Season 2, I used to play a lot of Garen, and I remember hating playing against Teemo. Mostly because it's just Teemo. And we missed the first blood in the bottom lane. Misfortune just getting the kill. They had a lot of harass, and that Graves was not taking enough to deal with it.
It probably wasn't even really his fault. He just kind of walked up for CS, but was so low. And I don't know if they got level 2 off of that or if they were level 2 and then went for the fight, but she did go for Snare second.
Yeah. This Soraka, tankier, has 48 armor, but only the base 30 magic resist, so Lux will hurt. Lux also has 53 AP.
Nice!
Nice. So we might actually see this Lux Misfortune lane win.
Yeah, she's just going to be throwing out E's as often as she can, shoving the lane, throwing out snares as often as she can.
So, the biggest thing that this blue team bottom lane had to do, they had to realize that Lux only has 26 armor, and that Graves will probably really hurt her. They need to punish Lux, auto-attack. You have to dodge her abilities, which you missed right there.
Top lane
gank.
Garen gonna be...
Teleport in from Teemo? Who is this? Yeah, that's Teemo.
That's Teemo. And he's just kind of standing there. Just kind of stands there behind the tower, so we don't. It's like which Pokemon? Who's that Pokemon game with Teemo?
Yeah.
Because 3 people on your team have teleport. We don't know which one you are.
Yeah. And something I forgot to mention in the top lane, because teleport in the top lane is actually normal. So it didn't really feel like it was anything to note. Graves does get the kill on Misfortune. Misfortune using both summer spells.
Now Lux kind of catches him out. Oh, she lands the snare, but decides to back off.
They don't know where Master Yi is, but he's on the top side. And he died.
To Grump.
To Gromp.
He died to Grump. He died to the Grump.
One thing to note, icon that you don't see often, Grump's icon is really good.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
I thought that was high
It's
quality
pretty cool.
art.
It's pretty cool.
We haven't talked about the mid lane much. Both of them are low. Veigar looking at base right now. I think they both just harass each other pretty well. And Varus, having the nice little bit of lifesteal off the Dorn's Blade, can actually stay.
Can we see if Veigar has any stacks on his Q yet?
2.
Alright. Not that bad, especially in bronze.
That is a good point. One thing that we can talk about right now is Misfortune's CS.
Okay, we can talk about that. Do you want to say something?
It's at 9.
Alright.
At 5 minutes. Part of the problem, I bet, is Lux. I think Lux is kind of
shoving the lane constantly, messing up her last hits.
And Lux is trying to take them. She just took that one.
Oh yeah, because they're split at 9-9.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's part of the problem, but if...
Pops the clarity.
Clarity.
That is not like heal. It does not give you a movement speed boost. Contrary to popular belief in bronze.
Down the mid lane. Wow.
Oh! Did that Q miss?
I think it did. I don't know.
I couldn't tell if the damage went through or not, but...
Master Yi is trying to still get him, but...
also...
Tower dive?
Ew!
Chilling
Alpha strike.
Alpha strike. And he dies.
And he's gonna die. Why did you go that way?
But Vigar didn't hit him.
Oh! Because he didn't do any damage.
Yeah, Vigar was in the shot.
Nice.
Vigar was
so that's still well played. I will not get mad at him for going the wrong way out of tower aggro.
Huh?
Because he got the kill and didn't give one up.
Oh, wow. That double up damage is pretty strong. With the reworked Misfortune on the bounce, it deals 150 bonus damage. So it's strong harass if you can get it right. It's kind of hard to do, especially if you were a past Misfortune player, because you're kind of used to it, and they changed the degree of the angle of the bounce.
Really? I didn't know that.
They changed it down to 60. It used to be a lot wider.
Oh.
Yeah, part of it is that people are like, well, now it doesn't like bounce at a 90-degree angle and go off to the left or whatever, but if you're just not used to it. One other thing that I just noticed is that Lux started with an amp tone.
Oh, so no support item.
No support item. Well, she's not looking to support.
Of course not. But I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to be explicit about this.
Yeah, she's looking to carry. There's a support item for what Lux is trying to do. It's the Spell Thieves.
It would give her a lot more gold than just straight up trying to steal CS too.
It would. But she would have to stop stealing CS because it doesn't give you gold if you've been taking minions.
Tribute,
So Xin Zhao ganking in the top lane again.
Ooh, uses the ignite on Teemo Garen uses ignite on Teemo, doesn't secure the kill, but manages to not get killed on the back end of that gank. So
meantime, Master Yi invading the red buff.
Oh, that's really good presence of mind to know that that the Xin Zhao was going to spend a good amount of time.
Oh, he almost died.
Yeah, as I was saying that he had good presence of mind here, almost dies to the red buff.
Don't heal, just recall.
Yeah.
Wow, that heal it does a good amount.
Yeah.
And he might need it if he's gonna help this mid lane out.
He has 2 points in that. He has 2 points in meditate.
That's why. Soraka.
Oh, gets the knock up, but it's a little bit.
Soraka low on the bottom lane.
No.
No, Varus.
Oh, Varus.
Varus, yep. And
oh, wait.
Kills down bottom lane. I was.
Wait.
Yes,
wait.
Lux gets the double kill, but back in the mid lane, there's too much going on. Keep it together.
Okay. So she sells the amp tone for a needlessly large rod.
She did do that.
Comes into lane and gets double kill.
She did do that. That's true.
And also has clarity, but buys 2 mana potions.
Okay, we should stop just laughing at that.
I know. Okay.
It's just interesting.
That's very interesting. And she didn't use her. She did use her ult that fight. Yeah. So.
I think it speaks to this player probably Bronze 5. There's usually a decent amount of like kind of mechanical, just base game things.
Right.
I think her big issue is probably mana management.
Probably, yeah, that would make sense. So that's why
way too many spells, and she's compensating with.
At least is aware of her own faults there.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to start with.
And it's a band-aid as opposed to kind of just learning how to use mana.
Right.
It's a band-aid to just get more mana, but if it helps, it helps.
Right, absolutely.
So, in this bottom lane, all back now.
Great! Oh! Just decides to go for it. His passive definitely helping there.
Yeah.
Standing in melee range of each other, Soraka heals up twice, 3 times, and takes the kill. That was the greatest fight between AD carries I have ever seen.
My favorite part about that was when Graves flashed in. That was the favorite part.
Yeah.
Interesting. One thing I was going to point out right before he flashed: Graves is going for a Bork.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I was trying to put that, and also he didn't use the cutlass during the fight.
Oh. Well, the lifesteal did help him win.
The lifesteal did help, and he didn't die, so it's not the worst thing. But
it would have been better for him.
The active
definitely would have been better for him.
Made it a lot less close. It was a very close fight. And now they're going to 3-man the dragon. Looks like red team doesn't have any vision. Let's check. Yep,
no vision whatsoever. I don't know if they
pinged the bottom lane is missing, but
but
Xin Zhao is looking to try to get a silly gank on mid lane.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Blue team gets a free dragon.
Yep. Well played. Well played off of that fight.
Misfortune picks up an Average Blade.
Oh, Xin Zhao teleports top lane, trying to take that tower off the back of this dragon.
Misfortune ults into the Soraka and the Master Yi.
Whiffed ult from the Lux and a whiffed flash from the Misfortune.
Master Yi dies. I see what it is. He doesn't expect the support to do that much damage.
Yeah.
You normally
he probably wasn't looking at her items.
Yeah, doesn't realize that she has
that she's building Luden's Echo.
Doesn't realize that she has 140 AP, whereas
Jesus.
Veigar has
120. Wow.
Varus should just go bottom. They should just do dual 80 carry bottom.
No, there was a lot going on there, but I will point out that Xin Zhao did teleport top off of that dragon fight, thinking that he could quick take this tower and free up.
And they could. Teemo could auto attack this twice, but this tower's at 91 hit points. Teemo, the
wave's gonna push it back into the middle of the lane.
This could be a strategy. He could be trying to deny Garen. He already has a nice lead on Garen.
That's true. That's true. Trying to leave the tower up just for long enough to
building really stupid items. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Stupid's kind of mean. He's going for, I believe, the Sunfire Cape off the Ninja
Tabi.
I
guess the Ninja Tabi kind of makes sense.
It does, but he needs Magic Resist.
Yeah, definitely.
He needs a Spirit Visage. Spirit Visage?
Yeah, the Spectre's Cowl would be such a good item here.
Wow, Lux ult half of their remaining health. They were both low, but really hurts.
Lots of power there.
Yeah, and Graves didn't use his dash to get out of that, so kind of a awkward play there. Yeah, Lux is actually doing well in this lane. It seems like this player, obviously don't know them, they do have mana issues.
They definitely do. I've noticed that too.
Other than that, they seem to be decent with skill shots. Maybe not the best decision making in the world. There's some questionable...
Yeah, but she is doing the job of a Lux who's running Clarity, which is to throw out all of your spells all the time.
Yep. She hasn't used her teleport once though. That's one thing that we could probably point out. So that's Summer Spell. If you're not going to use it...
Oh, ult comes out from MF.
Oh.
Down bot. Oh, only gets a few ticks off of it. Doesn't get any of the kills.
Wow, if she had thrown a Q,
ooh,
she could have killed Soraka.
She probably, yep. Oh!
Graves dashes into the bind.
Oh, how?
I'm not sure.
How did that?
It's the angle thing.
Oh, it was the angle. The angle screwed him there.
Because, here. Misfortune was down here, and Graves is here, Soraka's here. Not the 60-degree angle, which is about like that-ish. Not going to be enough, as there's a gank down top. Down top, up top.
Up top. Oh, and the Ignite does get the Xin Zhao.
The Ignite with the Garen ultimate manages to finish and turn that gank. But has to leave? Is he going to leave? Is he going to try to save this tower?
Your tower is
blue
pretty
buff,
low,
which
bud.
is useless on Garen. His cooldowns are already really low.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have any mana. Or any resource.
Yeah, he's a resourceless champ, so...
Which makes him so much fun. Teemo, take this tower, please.
That's going to be the tower, and should be the kill on Garen as well.
He should get this kill, and refresh his blue buff, because Teemo has a blue buff.
Why did he stop moving there?
I'm not sure.
That's okay. Comes in...
Oh, did you see the heal?
That was...
Master Yi used heal there.
I think he was just kind of smashing all of his buttons.
Yeah, he definitely mashed all
and
the
the
buttons.
blind does not last long enough to save his skin there.
We missed a Lux kill onto Graves on bottom, and it looks like it was traded for Misfortune.
Okay.
Graves finishing his work, so he has a completed item on Misfortune. Misfortune's... You have to feel for this game.
Yeah.
Getting half of her CS, essentially. Because Lux is taking about half of it, and just has no real way to get gold. That's probably why she went with the early Average Blade. I think I kind of mocked it at the time, but now it makes a lot more sense when I really think about it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help her make up for the fact that she's losing, like you said, half of her CS. And it's not like she can roam into a different lane to try and squeeze some extra gold out of those, because you have a Varus that's winning by 20 CS, and a Teemo who's already pushed past the tower on this Garen.
Xin Zhao coming in to try to save this tower, or never mind, he's going to go and kill him. Try to kill Veigar, runs into the wall. Veigar, I think Veigar misses the Q. But his...
I meant, it's interesting that Veigar didn't stay to try and fight that. He definitely could have killed it.
Lux goes down to a Master Yi game.
Oh,
I think
did
Master
he
Yi
teleport down here?
No, Teemo walked. No, he did teleport, but he walked.
Oh, okay, okay. But easy kill for Soraka,
Yep,
but Master Yi just goes in there and Alpha strikes him.
Yeah, Teemo came in too late, and now Garen's going to try to get this tower. Blue team trying to get 2 towers at once right now. So we'll see how well they do.
Yeah, not really an answer coming out from red team. And so just picking up some buffs. Dragon is up in 30 seconds. MF ult comes out, but is not enough to finish the Graves. And
Rocket trying to duel. Flash is out. Bork active. There we go.
ooh,
Graves learning.
really
these
good,
items.
really good. Using an item.
Remembering to use his items.
Yep.
So Misfortune managing to pick up a BF sword at this point. She's trying. It's
Right.
it's a struggle right now with how much gold she's getting, and she's definitely getting shut down in this lane. As much as we see Lux doing a lot of flashy damage, Graves and Soraka are winning. 8
Definitely.
kills compared
Absolutely.
to 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they've shut down the actual carry. So useful. Garen has to flash out of it. Xin Zhao getting top.
Yeah, Xin Zhao is just I think he recognizes that. He recognizes that bot lane is winning pretty hard. He recognizes that mid lane is a little bit of
lane's losing.
or right, yeah, and decides just try to take advantage of the fact that Garen is still building armor.
Garen is still building armor, yeah, because he wants that Sunfire cape. I think too many low elo people build Sunfire. They see it as,
Right.
I'm tanky and I'm going to do AoE damage.
Right.
The AoE damage is negligible. When people have just like some MR, it's pretty negligible. And also, you see 40, by the way, Master Yi soloing Dragon.
Right.
See how low he gets here, because he is not tanky.
Yeah, but like you were saying, I think that any situation where somebody like this was trying to build a Sunfire Cape, Randuin's would have been a much better item choice. I can think of very few situations where I would rather have Sunfire Cape on a top laner.
Yeah, Sunfire Cape is not a good teamfight item, it's a good split push item.
Right.
And Garen already split pushes.
And even in the case that it's a split push item, you probably aren't going to build it first. You'd probably build the second item, right?
Yeah. The only person I could see you building it first as a split push item is Shen, because Shen
Right,
can't wave
right,
clear
right.
and needs to split push based off of his kit, how it's supposed to work.
That's a good point.
And so he needs that item, which is why Shen does really well versus AD top laners, because he can rush it. He can justify rushing it, because it's for the lane and it's for his team fight, while blue team, cementing that they won this bottom lane, gets their tower, and their Master Yi got the second dragon for their team. So blue team looking ahead right now, but it's only about 2k gold.
Right.
It's obviously more than that with the map control that they've gotten from this bottom tower and the 2 dragons.
Definitely, and we're getting to the point now where they're going to have to start dealing with a Varus that is 30 CS up.
And this blue bottom lane is a little too far up.
Oh,
Xin Zhao needs to come down.
Oh, NF is here.
Right now.
Xin Zhao is also
Misfortune.
here. That Soraka ult is not going to save you from this. And hopefully with a Chilling Smite also, he should be able to
He should
definitely
get
kill
the
this.
knockout. Yeah,
There we go.
There it goes. Lux gets the kill. But trading that for another tower.
Yeah.
So
yep.
while I said Xin Zhao really needs to go and clean this up, I don't think he needed to chase. I think that they should have
Yeah.
picked up the Soraka and left. Because
I think he should have realized that they had plenty of ability to chase that down with
they just waiting for a
the
minion
bot
wave?
lane.
Yeah, they're just waiting for a minion wave.
All right.
Okay, they're Xin Zhao's looking to TP back to base. Wow. Did he
Chase the
auto-attack
Teemo.
war?
Oh.
There he goes. Garen
Yep.
gets the ultimate. A lot of chasing, and 2 people committed top, which means that red team should be able to get this tower, but Vigar,
Yep.
good poke, and let's see if he can clear this wave. Misfortune, go for the tower. Auto attack the tower, please.
You have so many minions.
Oh man, she's just worried about the stun. It's understandable,
right.
but
Oh,
that Lux
jeez,
ultimate hurts.
that does hurt.
This tower should be going down soon. While Xin Zhao tries to defend
Yep.
the top tower,
And
ults the
meanwhile,
minion wave.
yeah, and meanwhile, mid
There's-
lane, he pushes up the wave into
Oh.
Vigar's tower so he
Oh.
can come up. Misses the ult though, and misses the Q.
Varus,
Doesn't slow and misses the slow. Misses all of his abilities.
he did miss all of his abilities. That's true.
Any of them probably would have secured at least 1 kill there.
Yep, they would have. But it was a good play, as we talked
Yeah,
about. Varus
yeah.
pushed up the wave before he did that, which means this is something somebody on blue team needs to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hitting the tower yet, and actually it's looking like it's going to turn back.
Yeah.
But it's something that if he messed up in the top lane, if they ended up dying, if something turned, blue team couldn't immediately shove it and take the inner turret. So
Absolutely.
It's a very nice play. It's something that people need to think about more when before they roam, especially at lower elos. Is
that was the first thing I thought when I saw the Veigar bot is, hey, that's a Varus in your lane.
Yeah.
He can definitely push that tower, either come bot to stop your roam or roam top and get a playoff. Interesting.
Oh, he's out of mana. So Graves just trying to get the tower. Good play, but he overcommitted to it.
Definitely.
Your flash is not worth a tower. He was out of mana, which is why he couldn't dash. And actually, I don't even think he had to use a dash ability to begin with.
No, probably could just walked away.
Misfortune's so behind him right now.
Yeah.
Oh, so he built them all Melmortius.
Oh.
He's really concerned with the Lux, as Lux deletes Veigar.
Wow.
It's a lot of... This Lux is very good at landing skill shots on people her level.
Right.
It might not be against higher level people, but people at this level, not the greatest at dodging skill shots, and so she's good enough to land them on most of them. And it looks like we're going to have a big skirmish in mid lane as Varus uses his ultimate early, I would say, because this team fight's about to start.
Yeah, I think Lux was trying to bait in a fight because she was staying in lane without a tower behind her at such low health. The only one that comes after her is Master Yi, so she probably could have got it, but there's enough pressure in the rest of the lane from these two that it keeps the rest of his team from helping.
Other thing that we talked about, even in a higher level game that we just casted, everybody's above level 9 and only one upgraded trinket. Better than that higher level game that we just casted, because at least one person has a trinket, upgraded trinket.
Definitely. But the one support in the game has Sightstone, doesn't have
the red trinket.
The red trinket.
So blue team trying to get this tower off of the kill that they got into Zindao and the kill in Misfortune. Garen, as much as Garen is a tank,
whoa,
you
buddy.
are taking too much of this tower. Oh, that looks awful.
Wow, and the Soraka heal too to get through the DOT from Lux.
Yeah. Blue team manages to get the tower, and Garen. The thing that I was about to say with Garen is his abilities don't do much damage, but his ultimate sure does.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty nice execute, except for the fact that it's magic damage. That's kind of the one thing where they improved on with Garen.
Oh, wow!
Teemo.
That one Teemo shroom takes down almost three of them.
One Teemo shroom. Veigar missing his Q again, but manages to get the ultimate. He uses the ultimate on Lux and doesn't get a kill off of it. I'm not the greatest Veigar player in the world, so not a ton to really say.
How many AP stacks does he have from his Q at this point of the game? So 21. He had 2 at like 5 or 6 minutes, which was a good pace, and he kind of, I think he.
What? Xin Zhao is taking Dragon.
Right.
Xin Zhao is taking Dragon. Veigar has about as many stacks as there have been minutes in the game.
Yeah.
It's something
about 1 per minute.
I'm not sure what the pace is.
You should be able to get, I would say, probably 2 to 4 per minute at this level of play. You would probably get more if you were doing perfect, but I'm saying 2 to 4 is like you get 1 every. If you only get 1, you can get 2 per Q.
Yeah.
But if you only get 1 per Q, and you get 1 per minion wave, that's 4 per minute. And he's not even meeting that yet right now.
No, nowhere near that. Graves taking a lot of damage from Team Xin Zhao.
Oh, that Mob Melmortius does not help you against a Xin Zhao.
Not the best item in the main carry. And Xin Zhao gets the double kill before going down to Veigar. Veigar now going to find a Teemo. Let's see if he can kill Teemo.
Really solid stun.
Lux ultimate really helps out Teemo as the rest of red team are looking to engage here.
Ooh, lots of poke going down onto Teemo
I'm not sure why blue
onto
team's fighting.
Veigar.
Blue team needs to be running away right now. But instead, Garen is going in. Misfortune is slow here. So
again, the damage from the Garen ult is just too much for MF to handle. Gets a solid stun on the second AD carry.
Looks like Soraka is going to die to the Teemo poison.
Veigar uses
one more Lux out attack.
Yep. Veigar uses his ult on Varus instead of Lux.
And Garen manages to kill Varus. So how many kills was that?
That was 3 for 1.
3 for 1. And a teleport. Whose teleport is this? Teemo?
Teemo.
Looking to try to kill Veigar? Gets stunned by Vigar. Ooh, that
Don't walk back in there, bud.
Don't walk back in, Vigar. You will die.
Master Yi, he definitely saw that he backed off a little bit because he didn't know if I don't think he saw the blind.
I don't know
off,
if he realized he was blind or not. Blinded or not.
Yeah.
I like the AD carries having the same build. It's cute.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of nice.
That's amazing.
It's not obviously. Ooh, there we go. 2 trinket upgrades from the team. Nobody wants to sweep. Nobody has a sweeper. Nobody wants to clear out wards, but they all, I guess, want to pretend like they're going to place them because I don't think many of these are going to be used.
Yeah, and it would definitely be useful for blue team at least to have trinkets, the red trinkets, because Teemo shrooms. And without oracles in the game, you know, the only or there is oracles, but you have to upgrade it.
Yeah.
It's 250 gold. You have to be level 9. It's not that hard to do. You just kind of use it and then walk around.
Garen getting found by Xin Zhao Misfortune in the jungle. Should be able to get out. He's pretty tanky. Has 2 tank items. Xin Zhao should use a Blade to try to catch up to Garen, and because Garen has so much health, this is just a 2v2 skirmish where Soraka heal will make a big difference. Keeps Garen alive.
I think he actually meant to use that on the MF first, because she definitely does more DPS out of those two, but doesn't really matter. They got both the kills anyway.
And while there was that fight, Graves, Master Yi managed to get the top inner turret.
Right.
So blue team has 6 turrets right now.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job in this mid game.
Flash.
Look at that! The Ludens Echo from Lux is doing great work. Manages to pick off, or doesn't actually.
No. Here's the big problem with what Lux has done in this game with going all damage is that as she gets exploded, she doesn't have enough damage to really be a AP mid laner threat, like the kind of threat that we see out of an AP mid laner who gets decently ahead.
Right.
And she doesn't have any utility for her team because she built strict damage bonus. So she doesn't really provide much to her team.
Right, and I would also say that even though she is building damage, it would have been more useful on a Lux that has clarity and is the one job that you're trying to do is to be able to spam poke for your team. I would have built a cooldown reduction item.
Yep, cooldown reduction. That's a good point. Cooldown reduction, awesome on Lux. Her cooldowns are pretty low, and when you get her ultimate down, it's useful. She does have CDR boots, but
that's true. But
thinking more of like a 20% CDR, like a Theans.
That's what I was thinking. Is I was like, why not build the Theans, especially against the Vigar, who's going to be chunking you anyway because you're building full damage.
So in the meantime, blue team manages to get a inhibitor, kills Xin Zhao, but loses Soraka and Graves.
Triple stun. Man, they all walked into that too.
They did all walk into that. So blue team in a great position right now.
Yep. Top lane pushing.
No. Top lane needs to be cleared.
Or sorry, you're talking about blue team.
Yeah,
sorry,
blue team. Oh, I see. Your heal is not going to hit through Baron.
He's dead. He's dead. He just died.
Yeah, he just died. Okay.
All right. So anyway, go back to the point you were making.
Yeah. Blue team is in a good position though. Super minions are very strong at low elo.
Yep.
They provide a lot of map pressure, and people at lower elo don't check their minimap as often as red team does manage to get a tower in the trade for. Well, it's not really a trade because they weren't the ones that killed Master Yi, but with Master Yi's death, they managed to get a tower. Lux and Varus ultimate. Really poking under tower, but they probably needed those for more team fights. Example of what I was trying to get at with these super minions is happening in the top lane right now. Red team has a massive lane that will need to be dealt with. It's going to get that turret.
Yep, it might already be too late. Vigar is the right person to send. Actually, Graves probably would have been a little bit better, but...
Master Yi just reconnected to the game, so that probably is what happened in that Baron. I think he DC'd there.
Oh, yeah, he's probably just waiting for his team and then...
Started it, DC'd. Very unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
But understandable. So, blue team needs to shove a lane as Vigar gets jumped in by Xin Zhao under the turret. Xin Zhao, you are not taking any of this.
Oh, just barely misses the stun. Flashes to try and get a last hit on him. Not close enough.
He would have needed to use a spell. His auto attack was not going to do enough. So, red team, back in the mid lane. They are... I have a feeling that the call was made that it was just group mid.
Right.
It seems like that's what they're doing right now. They're just grouping mid, trying to take towers. They have to push through the super minions, which is slow, but they are going to get it. In the meantime, Graves is taking Dragon. So that will be the third dragon for blue team. But they're trading a talent for it. Unless they get this fight, they managed to get Teemo.
Wow.
And red team just backs off. I think they were a little too scared there. They probably could have fought. Soraka was low. Graves wasn't there. Vigar wasn't there. Most of the damage from blue team wasn't there. It's a fight that they could take. So now, Graves going into the bottom lane. They need to pick a lane, top or bottom, and push it. Because mid will
Blue team?
Yeah, blue team.
Right.
Mid will push by itself. And if they can draw red team down bottom, if they can dictate the pace of the game and say, we are now all going bottom, their super minions will take Nexus turrets.
Yeah, because like you were saying, and especially low elo, people, it's not necessarily bad awareness, but
Lux teleported about 1,000 units, 2,000 units.
But she was already in that lane.
Yes.
Or was she in the jungle?
She was at her downed inhibitor turret.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
The inner turret.
Well, Garen comes in, tries to get some poke down on a Lux and a Teemo, which is never a good idea, I don't
Especially
think.
because he still hasn't built the Spirit Visage.
Still hasn't built any MR except for that no magic mantle.
When Teemo, I would say Teemo's probably doing the most damage right now. That's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong. Varus could be doing more, but when there is a Teemo and a Lux who's building you kind of need the Spirit Visage. As blue team is losing this fight.
Oh, that was blind.
That was blind.
That was definitely blind. That Varus had no vision.
The Vigar ultimate almost one-shotting Lux, as now he has to duel Varus. Varus will get this kill just because Vigar.
Oh, misses the Q.
Yeah. He's missed a lot of very short-range Qs this game.
Yeah.
So maybe, as we were talking about with the Lux, maybe skill shots aren't really his thing.
Yep. But for that fight, Graves gets an inhib.
Graves does get an inhibit, and he should. No, yeah, they were coming back. Never mind.
I would have gone top because MF's dead. Some of them were still at that fight / backing from the fight. Probably would have died for it, but might have been worth to try and get all 3 of the inhib towers down.
Yeah, it's just kind of questionable. It's up there. Who really knows? Graves' Maw Mortius really bothers me.
Right.
That is not a good AD carry item. It's just not enough damage.
And
really.
yeah, and also even if you're saying, okay, I'm really scared of the Lux, I don't think that Maw Mortius is meant to be against AP poke. It's supposed to be used against AP burst, right?
As we have a fight going down, Master Yi getting the Lux before anything really goes on. Red team started the Baron, and they were going to get punished for it by blue team.
Taking so much damage from those Baron shots. Teemo goes down almost instantly.
Almost gets aced. The only reason that they didn't, Varus wasn't there. Another thing that probably was a hindrance in this fight, but overall, their just positioning and team fighting was not great.
Yeah, that was a very interesting call. I don't know if they were probably just trying to rush Baron.
Yeah.
And it did not work out for them at all.
So with this, blue team looking to get the middle inhibitor again. They have Baroned up minions. They can win this game.
Yeah. Now
potentially the death timers actually will be up before they really get to the next turrets. So they should definitely get the inhibitor. That's free.
Yep. And I think that 2 of them are going top to try and get that last inhib tower. It looks like Vigar and Master Yi are going to be doing that.
Here's the big fight under the Nexus turrets. Garen just tanking out the towers. While he has a lot of armor, it helps against towers. Misfortune ult.
Oh.
Lux ult. With the Teemo, manages to get this rocket. As Misfortune dies to the Graves, so now it's Garen and Graves. Oh, Graves.
That ult is just killer.
Here's the thing. That Maw Mortius didn't really protect him against Teemo.
It didn't. It really didn't.
I think the passive was down, which is another kind of problem with the item, is the passive.
Honestly, even if you were to go for an MR item, maybe
as an AD carry.
As an AD carry, Quicksilver Sash.
Quicksilver Sash. Very good.
There's the slow on Teemo, and the snare from Lux, and the blind from Teemo. Any of those things.
The blind is massive. The blind shuts down all your damage as an AD
It does, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's something you need to cleanse. So, blue team trying to get out of this base with their Baron buffs. As Lux and Xin Zhao are chasing them down. Xin Zhao's fast. He has mobility boots here. And what happened there with
pinned
the dash?
Against the wall.
Something happened there with his dash. It looked like it went off and then got blocked by the wall.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
He got stunned in the wall. Maybe he's finally building a Spirit Visage.
It looks to be the case.
Hopefully. So blue team, I think, has a pretty easy win here. 2 inhibitors down. They still have Baron on a few members. They can probably close out this game. The only things that they really need to do is probably just a team fight. They could win this off of a team fight. They have a large gold advantage. Garen can
this is gonna be her
their
dead.
AD carry.
Yep, that's MF
Garen
dead.
did just solo
Absolutely
the AD carry.
nothing she could have done there.
Yeah, she just didn't get enough farm in this game. So, blue team hopefully can end off of this. Teemo is trying to proxy farm.
Oh,
is that the
I think that's the third.
Fourth?
I was gonna say that's definitely the third that I've seen.
Yeah.
Ult miss from Varus. And
so there we go. Top inhibitor turret down.
Oh.
All inhibitors exposed. Graves should get this inhibitor before Lux can say anything about it. As Garen can
just
take on
completely zones all three of them away from the Graves.
He's so tanky. He understood his role in this game. He
Yeah,
built
absolutely,
tank,
absolutely.
And it worked. Xin Zhao tried to build too much damage, and the Thornmail.
Now see if you had if you had a static shiv at this time.
Stop trying to kill him. They're healing. You're gonna get the kill, but Garen
just go for the towers. Towers.
Kill.
Oh, yeah.
So this game will
even
now,
with
this game will now continue. As well, Master Yi will probably end this. He has enough damage to probably do it. Master Yi also builds a lot of damage.
Oof. Yeah, this should definitely be the game. I don't see.
Yep.
Even with the Lux, I don't see them being able to.
Trying to clear them anyway, but it's not enough. This is game.
That's game.
So, red team. What was the biggest problem that was on that boat? That game?
In that game, I would say that the laning phase was a big hindrance to the team as a whole because MF Lux had some serious problems, not only in laning prowess, but also because they were sharing farm, and they had some bad fights early. Graves had that really weird flash into melee range that got the double kill for him, and then also not building MR against the Teemo in lane. I think altogether, I think most of the problems could be tracked to the laning phase.
Yeah. Back to the Misfortune Lux lane. As the Lux player, you're looking at this and you're saying, I could have carried this game in the post game. You probably didn't get the role you wanted. You probably wanted mid or something. Right. And you look at your stat line, you say 12, 6, and 10. I did so well. It's not my fault that we lost. It kind of is.
It kind of is.
You are the reason that your Misfortune had 83, the lowest CS minus Soraka of the game, and only had an Infinity as static shiv. You're kind of the reason that she died 15 times. She couldn't get the items that she needs. Misfortune is very item dependent as an AD carry.
Absolutely, especially, and it's even worse when you think that MF is not really meant to be a late game carry because she doesn't have range and she doesn't, or I guess she kind of does, but she doesn't really have as much range as other ADs and she doesn't have mobility like other ADs. And those are two things that you need to have to be a late game AD carry. And when you keep her from getting items in the mid game, she's got nothing that she can do against the Graves, let alone the rest of their team.
But support Lux did do the most damage.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another thing related to what I was talking about with Garen, that he understood his role and built tank, Xin Zhao didn't. Xin Zhao didn't realize that he was tank. He built a Bork. Needed to rush a defensive item second. That was needed for this team because they are all so squishy. You have an AD carry mid laner and a AP support, like an AP carry support, and a pretty much building AP carry top laner. You have to be a tank. Everybody wants to do damage and they all want to carry, and they don't realize that as a team you can do more damage by tanking.
True.
But I think that wraps up this game.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like.
Any comments, anything you noticed that we didn't, because we missed stuff.
Yeah.
Point it out. Any ideas, comment. Leave them below if you have ideas for us to be better.
Yell at all the noise in the background.
Yeah. 'Cause
we will.
Yeah, we already did. Okay, see you guys. Thanks.
Thanks.